In mid-October, Ukrainian troops turned a short stretch of asphalt in western Russia's Kursk Oblast into a road of death, according to Anton Gerashchenko, a former advisor to Ukraine's Minister of Internal Affairs. 6 weeks later, they've done it again. A video posted by the Ukrainian 225th Assault Battalion on Friday depicts at least 10 newly destroyed vehicles alongside older wrecks. The road past Zelenyi Shlyakh has become a trap for Russian forces, the 225th Assault Battalion announced. The fields are mined, the road is targeted by our artillery, and every movement is carefully monitored. Russian President Vladimir Putin has given his forces until February to eject Ukrainian forces from the 250 square mile salient they've occupied in Kursk since early August. But Russian vehicles from a quartet of Marine and airborne brigades and regiments keep attacking along the same road near Zelenyi Shlyakh, a tiny hamlet on the western edge of the salient, and the Ukrainians keep knocking them out with mines, drones, and artillery. The mix of fresh kills tells a story. Russian assaults in October largely involved BTR-82 infantry fighting vehicles from a batch of at least 40 of the 16-ton, 8-wheeled vehicles the Kremlin had just delivered to the front line. The BTR-82s appear to be running out. Judging from the smoking wreckage along the Zelenyi Shlyakh road, recent assaults have included BMP and BMD tracked fighting vehicles, MTLB armored tractors, and Buran armored trucks. But the BMPs, BMDs, and MTLBs may not last either, and the Russians might have to ride into battle in whatever vehicles Russian industry can deliver quickly. I think we will see a lot of new vehicles during the future assaults, predicted Kriegsforscher, a Ukrainian Marine Corps drone operator who has been defending the roads on the Kursk salient's western edge. Kriegsforscher anticipated the new vehicles would include at least 2 types of armored truck, the 14-ton Typhoon VDV and the 8-ton Tiger. Both truck models are comparatively easy to build, but neither can match a 21-ton BMP-3 in terms of armor protection and cross-country mobility. With no choice but to roll down the asphalt past Zelenyi Shlyakh, and to do so without the benefit of heavy armor, the trucks could be even more vulnerable than the wheeled and tracked fighting vehicles that preceded them. The outnumbered Ukrainian troops in Kursk are counting on it. We fully exploit their vulnerabilities, the 225th Assault Battalion explained. Russian casualties hit more than 2,000 troops in a single day, Ukraine's defense ministry said Friday morning, breaking a bleak record set only weeks ago. A post from the ministry said Moscow's forces suffered 2,030 personnel losses between November 28th and 29th, the first time it has reported more than 2,000 in a single day. The previous highest daily casualty figure came when Russia lost 1,950 troops on November 11th, Ukraine reported. This came only one day after Kyiv said 1,770 troops were lost by Moscow, for a total of 3,720 casualties sustained over both days, breaking grim records 2 days in a row. If the latest figures are accurate, this would bring Russia's total number of casualties since Vladimir Putin launched his full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022 to 738,660. Russia does not publicize its military losses, and analysts are skeptical of casualty reports from both sides. Ukraine also reports that the latest losses bring Russia's casualty total this month to 42,250, making November the deadliest month for the country's troops since the full-scale invasion began. Prior to this, October was the deadliest month overall for Russian troops, Kyiv said, with 41,980 casualties reported last month. On Friday, Ukraine also said Russian forces had lost 8 tanks, 34 artillery systems, and an air defense system over the preceding 24 hours. For tanks, the worst month for Russian forces was May, during which Ukraine reported 428 destroyed. Last month, Kyiv said 279 Russian tanks were lost. As for artillery systems, losses peaked in July, with 1,520, followed closely by another 1,517 in August. Last month, 1,184 were reportedly destroyed. Kyiv's casualty figure report came after Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov arrived in North Korea on Friday. Russia's defense ministry said meetings were planned with North Korea's military and military political leadership. This follows Washington's recent decision to allow Ukraine to use US-supplied long-range weaponry to strike targets in Russian territory, lifting a restriction that had previously been placed on Kyiv's forces. The decision followed reports that North Korea would be bolstering Moscow's army with troops. Moscow has since retaliated with a hypersonic missile strike on the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro, which targeted a military facility. The strike involved the experimental Oreshnik hypersonic missile, an intermediate-range weapon reportedly adaptable for both nuclear and conventional warheads.
Орудие! Орудие! Выстрел!
По цели выстрел!
Выстрел!